Imagine this. You wake up in a dungeon. Only a stick and a wooden shield in your hand. You don't remember anything. So, you try to find a way out of there. You find some monsters. You hear them articulating sounds in what you recognize as words, but you just can't grasp what they mean. You look all around you and you see some symbols and an empty wall. You feel like something is waiting for you on the other side. After defeating some monsters with your trusty stick, you find someone that looks friendly, but as they open their mouth, you realize they're also talking the language you've heard before. They are a merchant. You feel like they could help you in your journey, but how can you possibly communicate with them? That's what we tried to explore during Game Off 2024 when we made Logograph. Well, as I said in this video, I'm going to talk about the submission that we made for Game Off 2024. Thankfully, as I said, I was not alone, but with a group of friends that you will see here. The theme for this jam was secrets, and the organizers also announced 3 wildcards that you could decide to implement or not inside the game. So for the game, we thought a lot about what we could create, and what we came up with was a really original idea, I think. And that's why I decided to talk about it in a video, even though it's been almost 6 months.
Oh well, it's been actually a lot longer than that. It took me a lot of time to edit this video because I'm working on my Steam release for Broken System. You can watch the devlog here if you haven't seen it.
We decided that our game would be a pretty simple dungeon crawler, divided into 5 levels. We also added some puzzles that are optional, that you can solve to get money to buy equipment from the merchant that I talked about in the intro. Hey, where are you going? Stay with me. If that does not look original at all, it's because I didn't say what the twist of the game was. Every single piece of text and interaction with the world is not written in English, or Italian for that matter. Even your inventory and all the UI uses symbols that we designed. To be more specific, they were designed by Glue Monkey and Spips. Give them an applause. No, si è spento il monitor. The idea was to keep all the meanings of the symbols hidden from the player, so that he has to figure them out by himself. By exploring the game, the player can find some statues that have symbols below them that can help him decipher this language. Also, the merchant can help you with this as well, because you have a total freedom of interaction with him, and he will react to the symbols you input, so by his reaction you can actually grasp somewhat the meaning of the word you try to input. We also made it so that the symbols can be combined to form words, and the meaning of the symbols can be randomized at the start of the game. I almost forgot to tell you. The game is called Logograph, which means a symbol that stands for a word in a language that does not use the Roman alphabet, which I think is a pretty spot-on name for the game. Also, you can play the game for free on the browser or download it in my itch page that you can find in the description. So, let's talk a bit about the gameplay. We decided to make 5 levels, as I said, with a final boss at the end. At the start of the game, the player will have only a wooden shield and a stick. This can be upgraded at the shop. Also, to do so, of course, you will have to use the right symbols that represent the sword and the shield, and of course have enough coins to buy them. It will be pretty hard to get to the end of the game without acquiring new gear. We decided this was the best course of action to push the player to explore more and to analyze the meaning of the symbols. The coins to buy the gear can be found by killing enemies that will also drop healing potions, or by solving the puzzles. When it comes to the combat, we made it pretty standard. The player can attack, use the shield, and also roll to evade attacks. For the attack, it is a simple combo of 3 attacks that will then repeat again if you keep on clicking the buttons. The base shield can block 2 attacks, and then it will need some time to regain the ability to block. When the shield is upgraded, you will be able to block more attacks in succession before the stance breaks. Furthermore, we give the player a short period of invincibility. By buying the boots, you will be able to roll farther away and also to run faster around. Remember before when I talked about the wildcards? Well, we decided to implement some. Basically, these were not mandatory to implement in the game, but we decided to add 2 out of the 3 because we thought that they fit pretty well with the theme of our game. The 2 wildcards that we chose were cheat mode and also speedrun. For the speedrun, we simply added a timer. When defeating the final boss, the time will be saved, and this will be saved even if you play through the browser. We hoped that this will give the player motivation to play again and maybe get a better grasp on what the symbols mean. For the cheat codes, I implemented a manager script that reads the input from your keyboard and will activate some cheats when you type specific words. A bit like what happened in San Andreas. I added 1 cheat for infinite health, 1 for one-shotting the enemies, 1 for getting to ridiculous speeds, and the last one, which I think is the coolest of all, reveals all the meanings of the symbols. So I wrote the script for the video a long time ago, and in this section I was about to tell that I didn't know if the game was going to be successful in the game jam, and I was right. Sadly, this game is maybe a bit too complicated for a game jam, where you play a lot of games and maybe you can't give that much attention to the game mechanic of every single game.
So I just wanted to specify something in this section because I don't think I was that clear when I made the video. It actually didn't go that bad. We were 109th overall, which isn't bad considering there are more than 500 entries in the game jam, but we thought that the idea was pretty original, so we were a bit disappointed. And yeah, the game is a bit rough around the edges, so it makes sense.
I think this is a shame, because I think this is one of the coolest games I've ever released, and that's why I'm making a video about it. I hope that maybe you will go and play it and give it a chance, because I think the idea is pretty cool. And as I said, the game is free, so feel free to play it. And yes, that's basically it. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.